Good morning, everybody, as we are bantering back and forth right before the show. Jesse Paul here with my special guest.
Good morning.
Jessica Taggart Marron. And I mean, like,
thanks for having me. It's always so fun to be on the show. It truly does. I remember when I started real estate and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so cool. They have a radio show and maybe one day I'll get to be on it sometime.
And now you're on it quite often.
I know.
And you know that I snuck my way in here? Did you know? Like literally, I came in the back door and just shoved my way through. No, actually how it happened is in 2000, I think it was 2017, I kept telling Jeremy, you need to record your show. We need to get it on Facebook and YouTube. Like we need to get it everywhere. So I started showing up and was filming it. So I'm behind the camera.
Right. I remember this.
And he kept trying to talk to me from behind the camera. And I'm like, well, they can't even hear me. So eventually, I think about a month went by and he said, I'll just come on over here. So that's actually how I became the co-host of the show. I did.
Your Ed McMahon space.
Yeah. And what's even funnier is they were horrible. Like I was a horrible cameraman. So hopefully I'm a better co-host than I am a cameraman because it was not good.
I think you hold your own.
So anyway,
Thanks for having
hey,
me.
we are with the Larkin group to get the legalities out of the way with KWSN, Keller Williams Realty. And, you know, I was so excited today to actually have you on again because we don't get to talk enough about, in fact, I was trying to come up with ideas this morning and I'm like, okay, I'm having one who I consider one of the best luxury experience agents in the marketplace.
That's
you
lovely
know,
of you to say.
Well, I watch every day as you prepare listings and you just take care and you're always talking about the customer experience and the luxury experience.
Thank you.
So
it means a lot. That's very important to me. And so to feel recognized, I don't always need a gold star, but thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I do think that. And so I was thinking that I'm like, okay, what can we really take advantage of today with Jessica on? Because I do mean that when I say that. She really takes such care to make sure that every listing is a luxury experience, including even the townhome that's downtown for $250. $250. I'll buy that.
I'll take
$250,000. You know, you take that care with whether it's that townhome or if it's that $5 million home in Stonecliff.
Well, I thank you. And I definitely feel like luxury is an experience. It's not a price point. I believe you should have the same level of service. It's just very important to me. Does that mean I get it right every time? No, I'm sure I don't, but I really, really value that. And I want my clients to feel heard and attended to no matter what price point. And I know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. Lots of people take care of their clients that way, but it is something I value. So thank you.
You bet. And when we were talking this morning, we were talking about some of the things, and it started with luxury, but I think it's important no matter what you're selling.
Absolutely.
And it's in that slowing down to speed up, or in this case, slowing down to make thousands more dollars.
You know, I've seen it, and I'm sorry, I've got something in my throat, but I've seen it at every price point that I've worked with. And my caveat here is not everyone has the luxury of time. Sometimes you just do not. So I recognize that, but in an ideal situation, most times people really have no concept of what it really entails to get their home ready to go to market successfully. And so if we can help them see the importance of slowing down to speed up and slowing down to have that success, they are going to be so much happier with the outcome.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like we're being like this deliverer of bad news, or, you know, I feel like a mom sometimes be nagging, but I know that it matters at the end of the day what they're netting. And so it's worth it. But yes, it does not matter the price point. When you can slow down and take the time to prepare your home, you are going to be, especially in this market, so much happier with the results.
Right. As I was going through, because I'm known as the data guy, which is so weird because I'm not as detailed as you would think. But when
really
it comes to numbers and data,
yeah.
I really dive deep. So I was looking at the market itself, and I particularly was looking at the median of the market, right, between 500,000 and 600,000, because I wanted to talk about many times, especially in those price points, sellers think, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's only 500,000 or it's only 600,000. Well, if we look at the market and we realize we're not actually we're not in a competition with ourselves. So when you're in Greater St. George, let's say, and you have a home between, let's say for 550,000, you have 227 other homes that are competing with you between Hurricane and St. George. Okay, that is a lot.
Say that number again for the people in the back.
227 homes are on the market between 500,000 and 600,000. So we have to go, okay, how am I going to compete against them? How am I going to make sure that I am the one asked to the dance?
Right.
Using a phrase you always use.
Ironically, I use that phrase all the time, and I didn't ever get asked to prom, so I don't know what happened.
So it's a sore spot. Okay,
but yeah, clearly I wasn't the prettiest girl to get asked to the dance because I never got asked to prom. But we don't want that to happen to you people, because then
and a lot of times the difference between showings and offers can be condition, can be the care that we took up front to make sure that when somebody pulls up to your driveway, they go, wow, oh, that's better than I thought. When they walk in the front door, go ahead.
Well, have you ever gone and shown a property and you drive up to it, and just by driving up, your clients say, never mind, yes, I don't want to go see it?
I have.
I have too.
More than once.
And I really love if someone's local to do the drive-by test first for it to kind of weed out those properties. But that's not a luxury we always get because people that are...
And one of the biggest things that causes that, and I think a big mistake in real estate, is a steep driveway that they don't point out up front or in the photography.
That's true.
If I have a steep driveway on a listing, I want to almost show a car sitting on it, because I don't want people wasting my time driving up and saying, oh, the driveway's steep. Well,
yeah.
You couldn't tell that. And a lot of times sellers will want to avoid it completely.
Right.
Or if you have power lines, show them.
Right.
Make sure that, front and center, so that you don't have people showing up and going, oh my gosh, there's power lines. Well, we showed that in the listing.
And that just speaks to, obviously you can't remove or move the home if there's things like that, but own those things, but take care of everything that you can control.
Yeah. So what are the things
when you drive
you
up, you're not saying never mind, because the sellers are irritated.
Yes.
When they've cleaned the house, left the home, ready to show it, and your buyers change your mind. Sorry.
So what are the few things that you think are the big deals that are so minute in cost?
So I think it's great if you can power wash the driveway, the walkway, all of the cement around the home.
And the house itself,
and
a lot of times.
The house itself will really,
especially in this red dirt.
Yeah. If you can really clean the front door, or even put a fresh coat of paint on the front door, change out the lights if your HOA allows it, or if they just need even a deep clean. It's crazy how fresh light bulbs make a difference. Also, here's my soapbox. I wouldn't be on the show without a soapbox. It wouldn't be a show.
That's why we like you, is your soapbox.
For the love of everything holy, people, put the warm white lights in your house.
Or better yet, make sure you have light bulbs that work in every socket.
There you go.
And they all match.
Thank you. Yes, they need to match.
Right.
Make them more
so
white,
that if you've got 4 lights in a light, make sure all 4 of those match.
Yeah, I know.
And here's why. Because when a buyer walks in and they turn that light on, it stands out.
It does.
And it stands out in detail, and they think, I wonder what else I have to look.
Exactly.
That is a stupid thing, but
crazy.
How many of us have said to ourselves as we walk in and there's a light bulb missing, I wonder what else they're forgetting to do.
So yesterday I was showing a home. It was a $1.1 million property. That market is very saturated right now.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
And the home is lovely. The builder is a great builder. I would be thrilled to own a home by this builder and love selling this, the great home, beautifully decorated. And it's been on the market for 71 days. So it's either we know price, marketing, or condition, right? What's not selling a home.
Yep.
And the marketing was it's a little weak in my opinion. It wasn't easy to see the home. It wasn't easy to set it up or even access and get the home.
Is this one that's occupied?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we walked in and again, lovely, decorated, great music on, ambiance was lovely. And I start looking around and all of the baseboards are really dinged up. Mm-hmm. The home is not that old, but it's clearly been lived in.
Yeah.
And paint scuffs on the walls. And then I look over to the white plastic light switches. When I go to turn the lights on to go outside or, get into a room, filthy.
Yeah. And
I just start thinking, if they're not wiping down these switch plates or looking at all of the places where it needs a little fresh coat of paint, what else are they not doing for the pool that's in the backyard, for the pergola that's out there,
all those
the
things,
filters, the HVAC? So psychologically, people really, they don't even know how to pinpoint it sometimes when they go and look at a home, but they can sense
there's off,
that it's off. And so all of those things are so critical. I just took a listing. I've been working with my seller for months to get it ready.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful home. It's 2 years old. It's in such a desirable neighborhood. Ended up just being too big of a house for my client. And so, but it's been a little bit lived in and, I had to have this talk like I'm his mom and that's okay. That's what you hire us for. But we actually rescheduled photos 4 times.
Because they weren't ready.
One was weather, out of our control. The rest of the times, the house was not ready. He was not ready.
Yeah.
And I actually sent my photographer back a second time to reshoot some of the rooms because I just didn't like how they turned out. And he was kind of anxious. I could tell he was a little like, Jessica, where are we? What's going on? He was so happy at the results of the photographer. He said, I cannot believe how beautifully done the listing looks. The pictures are amazing. Thank you.
Yeah,
and James Burkett. We work with, I am so actually went to bed last night, just so thankful for the people that we work with, our vendors, our partners. They take such good care of us and they take such great care of our clients. And I feel so lucky for that.
Yeah,
I'm so thankful. So yes, he definitely is, merits those accolades. But my client at the end of the day was so happy, even though I think at the beginning, he was kind of like, what's the delay? Why is that a big deal? I said, these rugs are a little old. Let's get you some new rugs. I'll have them delivered tomorrow. Please put them out here. We want you to eke out every dollar that we can, and doing those little things are going to help. So it's just the reality. We're not in a horrific market, but we're in a market where you can't be sloppy or lazy about these things.
Let's talk about that. That listing was in the $1.5 million, right?
Correct.
Right around there.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at Greater St. George and Hurricane, there is 350 homes. I'm going to go check myself today. So, and let's just look for there is 250 over 1.25 million.
Yeah.
So there is so much competition in that over $1 million. Every little detail actually really matters. So much.
Yeah. We had the landscaper back. And could we have even taken another week? Probably. But thankfully we received several showing requests that first week. We went under contract the first weekend we were on the market, and I'm positive that slowing down, really, really has helped my client.
I think so.
Also, I've worked with people that literally, again, this isn't a luxury everyone has, but they literally taken 6 months to a year to get their home prepped for the market, and just. Not that they're working nonstop that whole year, but they're getting their cabinets repainted. They're getting their things restained and just chipping away at this list of things that they would want if they were going to stay in the home, or if they were buying a resell, they would want done for them. And all of those things definitely help their bottom line.
Right.
I have a listing. It's in the 500. We're talking in the 500 to 600.
Let's go back
to there.
Because we could be painting the picture that everybody's got to remodel their house.
No.
That's not what
I'm saying. Please hear me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we need to take a magic eraser to spots in the home and do a little touch up.
There's a few things that will always pay for themselves. Flooring.
Yep.
Paint. Light bulbs.
Updated fixtures.
Fixtures, the light plate covers, the plug covers. You don't even have to really change the actual plugs or the lights. Clean them and change the covers.
Right.
That's probably $20.
Yeah, I mean,
for the whole
how big
house.
The house is, but it's not a big investment.
It's 50 tops because they're like $1.50 a piece.
Head down to Ace, have them help you.
All those little things add up.
It's amazing.
And I don't mean they add up in the cost of doing them. They add up in the money you'll get back in return. They'll always way more pay for themselves than the offer you would get without doing them.
And I will say this, some people get nervous or feel like they just, they don't have the means to do that. We've made arrangements
there's always
with our
a
clients.
way. There's always a way to figure it out.
Arrangements where we cover that cost up front and are reimbursed at closing. We have vendors. There's a great flooring company I work with a lot.
You get paid at closing.
They are happy to be paid upon closing.
Yep.
So please hear us. We want to make sure that it doesn't feel cost restrictive for you. And again, all of these things that we're really talking about can be very minimal in the cost.
They can be very minimal, but
the
difference in that we're talking could be $5,000, $10,000 for just a few $100 to $1,000. Would you give somebody $1,000 and trade it for $5,000? I would every day of the week. That's what we're talking about here. That can be the difference.
Yeah.
In the final result.
Yeah.
And what happens, I want to go back to the people don't have time. I think the biggest problem with people don't have time is they wait till the last minute to actually bring their agent in. And then they really don't have time. The best time you can bring an agent in is when you start thinking about selling, because then you'll have time to make sure you're doing all of the details that will really matter in getting you the most money.
So we just went to market a month ago in Stonecliff for my clients, but I've been visiting with them regularly with signed listing agreements since last July because we had work to do on the home. Nothing of it major, but those are the things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
That they brought me in and said, what do we need to do to make this show ready?
Yeah.
So please rope us in. It's never too soon. It's never too soon to bring us into the conversation. We want to help you. That's what that's what gives us a lot of joy and helps you have more success.
And no matter what price point you're in, your question should be, how can I make my house be the best show house that it can be?
Yeah. And some of the things are so funny.
Even if it's not, what are the little stupid things I can do to make it feel like a show home?
Here's one that costs $0. Clean out half of your closets.
Oh, no kidding.
People want to feel like they can hold Zumba classes in a closet, that they're so spacious. And half of the stuff that you're not going to wear until you're moving, pack it up. We know we're going to successfully sell your home.
Yep.
Make space for them to feel like, oh my gosh, there's so much storage in this home. I can't even believe it.
A good rule of thumb is no matter what room you're looking at or what shelf, half it.
It's a great rule.
Half it. Take half of it away, pack it away. Right?
Yeah. So it's really not about making you, I have seen some people just like go a little crazy. Like, do I need this figurine here? Or do I need it here? And
right.
It's an inch away. And sometimes
matter.
It's like, okay, we don't want you to go insane over these things, but there are things that really matter and that we can help you understand. And so that's where a lot of our value comes in, and connecting you with those vendors in advance so that it kind of ease some of those burdens.
Mm-hmm. And the other part is a mindset, really knowing that you are not on an island by yourself. We realize you're selling your house, but you're selling it with 300 other people as your competition. If we look at this, and every time we look at it as an actual competition versus this is me, this is I, this is, no, we're in a competition. How do we win? What are all the things that need to happen for us to win the competition? And winning the competition is the first one to an offer usually makes the most money.
True.
Because for every 30 days that a seller's on the market, no matter what price point, typically they're costing themselves another 1.4% of the purchase price in cost. And that's proven data. Every month it's the same. Ever since we started testing it. Mm-hmm. So for every 30 days, a seller costs themselves 1.4% of their original price. That's a lot of money.
It is.
When you start adding that up, 90 days, that's what, 3.5%?
Yeah.
So 4.5%.
It's critical. Like you said, we're in a competition, and there's that sense of detachment that you have to possess when you list your home. And it's hard when you've
it's no longer your home.
There.
It's
not
a home
your home any
for
longer.
sale.
And I joke, do you want to sell your home or do you want to own your home?
Mm-hmm.
At the point that you want to sell it, you have to have that mentality that it's not yours anymore, and depersonalize it and make those mental changes so that it's a little bit easier to have those discussions about price and condition. And so,
one other thing that has nothing to do with getting ready, but it has to do with the process, is have your home be as accessible as humanly possible.
Thank you.
Which is hard for families, right? But when you're on the market, we're in such a weird time in our lives. People won't even wait 15 minutes in line. And for, when they're calling around, if we have to, for instance, a great one is a lot of times tenant occupied, 24-hour notice. You literally lose 50% of the showings that you would have had.
I
literally
had
they're gone.
A rough experience with that. I had to take a home off the market for my seller because it was occupied with a tenant that was very tricky to show, and people would request it and they would say, never mind, we went elsewhere and put an offer in. They're not attached to.
They just go somewhere else, the easier, softer way, the easier, softer path.
Yesterday, actually, on this vein, the home I showed that had the gross switch plates.
Yep.
Agent was hard to get hold of because he's a part-time agent.
My gosh.
And then he doesn't have a lockbox because he doesn't want to pay for that. Mm-hmm. So then there's a code. Well, I can't get a hold of him to get the code.
Oh, that's a whole other conversation.
I know. So we find ourselves trying to break into the back. And thinking, for the love of everything holy, let there not be a dog there. We didn't need that, but thankfully we got in.
So in our last minute, let's circle back to even that extra week, that extra little care can make thousands of dollars of differences for a homeowner.
Absolutely.
And so Jessica, if they want to get a hold of us, what's the best way to get a hold of us here?
Google the Larkin Group. Give us a call. Ask for Jesse or Jessica. I'm on Instagram at Jessica Taggart Marron. You are. I don't
know where I'm at. I think it's Jesse Paul at Southern Utah Real Estate. But we'd be happy to have
to chat with you.
A consult and just help you figure out where you're at, where you're going, and how to get there the best way with the most money in your pocket.
That's what we want for you. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate you.